And I can't see you guys, by the way.
Oh, can't you?
Oh, can't you?
No, I can't see you. I just see a. Oh,
Oh,
yep.
there
There
you
you are.
go.
Hey guys, much better. Much better. Look at that. You guys look sprightly this early in the morning. You look great.
Yeah, this is we've got our cuppers, so we're set. So
Awesome. Perfect. That's great. Well, thank you guys so much for doing this. I can't tell you like what an honor it is. Like I've followed your work for so many years and just what an impact it's really made. I'm really, really grateful for everything you guys do. I really appreciate it.
Thanks, Casey. Well, been having a look over the last couple of months, and you have interviewed so many people. So we're also honoured to be part of this group, and I think that's the point. We had a bit of a chat beforehand, and the idea is we may not be able to change the guidelines per se because they are just a structure within themselves. But the more people that we can reach individually, the more people we can let know that there is an option, we can choose how we want to fuel our bodies. That's fantastic. And you and Bethany are certainly doing that. So congratulations.
Well, thank you. Thank you very much. It was interesting. We are very fortunate to be able to connect with so many people. But yeah, it was interesting to talk to Nina Teicholz and her talking about the Nutrition Coalition in 2020. And it was, I won't say she was disappointed. Maybe that is a good word. She sounded really like bummed out. Like I'm doing this. It's a nonprofit. It's just not catching on the way I wanted it to. And it's so, she's still going to keep doing it, and just a little disheartening, but yeah, on some level, if we can, change a few lives, I think it's absolutely wonderful.
I think it's far more than that. It's now about 12 years since I started talking about sugar and its perils. Not that long after Robert Lustig, and we've we've gotten to meet lots and lots of people around the world and communicate, and what an awesome crew that we're on, but everyone around me looked at me as though I had lost the plot completely.
In Tasmania.
Here in Tasmania about sugar.
Wow.
And I started working with Sarah Wilson, who ran a program called I Quit Sugar, and she sold 80,000 books. So I was able to go to the two major supermarket retailers, their CEOs, and say, look, I'm just letting you know, sugar's about to be the new evil. And they looked at me aghast. And I said, well, I said, this is about your market share, and you're going to make money by moving sugar. You're going to reduce your fruit juice section, all of that sort of thing. Now, I look at the fact that 12 years ago, that this was a no-brainer to me, and ultimately it moved down into the low-carb process, low-carb healthy fat, and we can talk about that. But 12 years ago, the concept of sugar being bad for you was not wasn't even in the awareness section. And even the biochemistry of fructose, which is half of sugar, was only definitively described in 2010. So the fact is, here in Australia, most places around the world, most people are aware now of the perils of sugar, and particularly too much sugar. And they're now aware of the perils of too much carbohydrate. And I mean, here in Australia, you can go down to the pub and we've got 5 or 6 different low-carb beers or zero-carb beers.
Wow.
You can go to the supermarket and buy celeriac, which is a low-carb root vegetable. Now, I never even knew that thing existed. And there's a picture of me a couple of years ago with a piece of celeriac in the supermarket going, I win. The fact that the big supermarkets are now stocking a low-carb root vegetable and now you can go to the supermarket, I don't know what it's like in Utah, but they pre-package cauliflower rice.
Yeah, that's true. We do have that too.
So that's the people
asking.
No, not asking. Well, demanding, and the market responding. Yeah. And I keep saying, don't wait for the food guidelines to change. Don't wait for the government, who are got conflicted on so many levels. And don't wait for the media. You as an individual can make a decision about what you want to eat today or not eat or fast or whatever, and you've got total control of that. Well, if you're privileged enough to have total control of that, and here in Australia we do, in Utah you do, you've got the ability to go out and choose your food if you want to actually make that healthy choice.
Yeah, no, that's a really good
I think
point.
It's quite empowering. So I understand where Nina she had a whole lot of enormous amount of effort and input she was leading the charge from numerous different directions, and she was frustrated and disappointed with that. However, the fact is we are making progress. And here in Australia, we've just recently been able to get into the National Diabetes Strategy, the concept of low carbohydrate as a method of putting people into remission.
Awesome. Great.
That's literally opened the door for us to then put that into the medical schools, which is happening.
Amazing. That's great. So there is progress.
That's all in the last 12 months.
Wow.
You know, so yes, it's frustrating that it hasn't just been clearly adopted by the dietary guidelines, because it works for so many people and it's a complete and utter no-brainer to us who are in that field. But that's where Belinda's work has been about, well, actually here this person is conflicted and this person is conflicted. And she can talk about where the Australian, that we've got a new review going, but the people involved in that are completely conflicted.
Wow. Conflicted within their academic training and their positions as such. They're protectors of the guidelines rather than innovators of guidelines. That's how I would, after just doing a really big study into it for the last few days, I've just gone a bit like Nina. It's not worth putting, I mean, she put all that energy in. I've just already gone, it's not worth putting any energy in, because
it's not worth even trying.
These people are not going to change, but how can we empower others? So
wow, I love that. Wow, I love that. Well, yeah, like I said, I'm just so honored to chat with both of you today. How are you guys for time?
We're fine.
Okay.
We're child free today, so
I did
awesome.
most of my chainsawing yesterday.
Nice. That sounds fun. That's great. Well, awesome. Okay, so so I will have this all done and edited and processed and everything by today. So I'll send you the YouTube, I'll send you the audio file, I'll send you social media stuff. When you get it, just feel like you don't need to wait for our release to do something with it. If you want to use it for something, if you want to share it with friends and family, go for it. If you want to share it in your clinic, you can do that. I did move your release up since we've been scheduled for a while. So this will release, I want to say, the first Monday of August. So it will be out very soon, but like I said, when you get it, if you feel like you want to do something with it, go right ahead.
Thanks,
and then, yeah, I'm going to try to lay on the mute button on myself as much as possible and get you guys rolling and talk about some good things. And hopefully we can change some lives today.
Thank you, Nick.
Awesome. Okay, I'll get us muted. It'll be silent for about 20 seconds. The intro music will play on my end. I'll read the introduction. We can get going.
Oh, so that stuff we were just talking about, you're going to use that?
I'm going to use that. Yeah.
Okay, good. All right, that's okay. Otherwise, we'd have to repeat it.
No. So what I've really enjoyed doing is I do like a full, the full like video interview on our YouTube, and I release that. But also I've been cutting up like chunks, like a 10-minute or a 15-minute chunk of the conversation that covers something like really important that can be really usable. Everything you guys just said was perfect for that. So I'm definitely going to use that. Absolutely. Okay, awesome.